I am told that I need to be a little. I normally speak through stories and stuff like that, but today I believe that there are more interesting things which will get discussed, so I might as well stick to my script. So, like, not just as a member of ASCII, but as a member of the civil society, it gives me great pleasure and a profound sense of purpose. With that, I want to welcome all of you to the Inclusion Edge Summit, co-hosted by the Unstereotype Alliance of the UN Women and the Advertising Standard Council of India. In the dynamic world of advertising, it is imperative that our industry reflects the diverse tapestry of the society that we serve and speak with. When we were growing up, I don't know if you remember, in India, there used to be a very standard line which were taught in all schools, which was called unity in diversity. Somehow the word unity was always underlined. I think the word diversity needs to be underlined equally well. The power of advertising lies not only in its ability to sell product and services, that it does, we all know, but also in the potential to shape perceptions, challenge stereotype, and champion voices that have historically been underrepresented. At ASCII, our task is to foster responsible and progressive advertising. And I was just having a conversation here. I think increasingly responsible advertising is becoming a table stake. If you are advertising, if you are talking to a larger audience, you better be responsible. I think the next level of thinking in ASCII is about progressive advertising. And this is a big step. Events like these are very important for us to, like once in a while reflect and say that, are we really making that progress? Let's be bold in our discussion. Let's question assumptions and collectively envision an advertising industry that is a beacon of diversity and inclusion for other sectors to emulate. Many times, contrary to popular belief, advertising has been at the forefront of advertising industry has been at the forefront of change. Let that continue and let us be a beacon for other industries to emulate. I'm sure discussions will throw up that D&I is not only good for the society, it's not a nice thing to have, it actually impacts business in a very, very positive way. We have seen that. And so it's actually a very big win-win, if you see. And again, I was having a discussion a few minutes ago. We are talking about a great form of creativity, which is Indian classical music, which is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller in size because somehow in their DNA they stopped becoming inclusive. They have been, sort of intellectual snobs, and therefore exclusivity was one of the core tenets of that music. And see what is happening to that industry. I mean, I'm a big fan of Indian classical music. It pains me to see that a great singer like Venkatesh Kumar cannot fill up an, reasonably moderate size auditorium. So by partnering with UN Women and the Unstereotype Alliance, we want to bring this important topic at the very top of our discussion. This needs to get discussed. This needs to get discussed in every brainstorming session. Forget about in every boardroom. I think we have gone past the stage where it needs to get discussed in boardroom, but I think it needs to get discussed in every brainstorming session. This is how important the topic is. So today is about recognizing diversity as the heartbeat of innovation. Without diversity, I think the idea of innovation itself is a little limiting. It's about acknowledging our differences, be it gender, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, age, or any other dimension, enhance our collective creativity, fuel our insights, and ultimately lead to more impactful communication. They say advertising is possibly a much bigger impact than much more than even popular culture. Advertising itself is popular culture. So therefore, it's imperative for us to keep that in our mind that whatever we are doing is going to impact the society in a big way. And forget about that. Are we taking enough input from the society? Are we taking enough input from the changes that's happening in the society and incorporating it in our thought? Very important point that this forum is a safe space for dialogues. Please remember that. All of you who are participating, this is a safe space for dialogue, learning, and growth. I encourage you to engage in open conversation, share your perspective, and listen with empathy. By doing so, we strengthen our commitment to cultivating an environment where every voice is not just heard, but valued. I think that's very important. Every voice needs to be valued. Heard, again, I think it's a table stake. We have, possibly as a society, we are definitely showing that being heard is not just the, I mean, it could be a good starting point, but being valued is where we want to be. So throughout the day, we will be delving in various aspects of DEI, exploring best practices, emerging trends, and tangible strategies for positive change. We have a great list of speakers and panelists, so I'm sure they're going to share with you some really interesting insights and practices. Thank you for being a part of this vital conversation. Here is to a day of meaningful conversation, impactful insight, and let us be at the forefront of this changing narrative. Let us be the change agent. Thank you very much. I request all of you to explore, to learn, and most importantly, to enjoy the summit. Thank you very much.